Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition on the PC on Dante Must Die difficulty, and this is my SSS-Rank guide and walkthrough. We're currently on mission 19. It is entitled The Successor. So this is a very basic level where you ascend a staircase using the game mechanic that we did earlier. So I've put the die spinning pattern and the die numbers on each of these parts, and the first one that you want to go for is the 4, and then it's going to transport you to this area where there will be one gold angelo as well as a host of the white ones. I do believe that more whites spawn, but the alto, he is only a 1 count. So if you accidentally kill him, you can't respawn that guy, and then without him you can't shoot the ball back. So you want to make sure that you get everything going there appropriately. Okay, here's game number 2. You want to hit a 6, and this is going to take us to burial. Good old burial, good old-fashioned burial. Here he is. I start with a charged maximum bet. Let loose on my summon swords, and this guy is, for a first boss, I've got to say this guy is pretty damn challenging. Do you listener ever remember your first playing this? I kind of remember like my first ordeal with this fucker and having just a hellacious time trying to figure out how to escape damage from him, because he does these very quick attacks. And I know that I could slow down the game with turbo and potentially make it a little easier, but the thing is, I'm already so used to turbo that I really don't want to learn another timing for this game. I've just always used turbo. Okay, so let's talk about the stylus points. 20,000 stylus points is what you need, and if you do battles outside of the main boss battles, you will have absolutely no problem getting those style points. Now, I can't say if you'll live or not, but I'm sure you're competent enough to get through the stage. But I am only doing the bosses. I'm not doing any of the other red fighting circles. No way, Jose. Okay, over here you need another 4, because the 4 will take us to the yellow marker, which will in turn take us to the final marker over here, and we're going to be fighting. Oh, this is Dagon. I love this guy. I really love this guy, but he starts out either going at a charge at you or blowing his breath, and I did this guy no damage too, so what I wanted to do was carry as much style points as possible through the chapter. You know why? Because it's quite a strict stylish requirement. So I wanted to make sure that each time I started a boss fight on these early ones, that I started at my S rank or whatever I had it at. And you've got to really be careful of these lackeys here, these water lackeys, these shit bitches. I think I named them last time appropriately. The enemy itself is quite fast, and it has a little bit more range than you might think it does. But what you want to do is continually snatch it until it flinches. The moment it flinches, snatch and buster it. You can also buster it when it comes at you with its arms or its tentacles outstretched. I think you could also damage it there too. So there's actually a lot of opportunities to damage those goddamn shit bitches. But stay out of the shadow to avoid damage. And I did a side grab for this guy. I don't think I've ever done that for this guy. So that's definitely new to me. He's got his lackeys doing his dirty work. They wiggle their asses and then he will gobble up people to eat. Son of a bitch, huh? Right? Son of a bitch? Fucking bastard. Ooh, got it. I don't think these guys give you hardly any style points. But just keep an eye on them, of course. Oh yeah, they give you style points. My bad. Here we go. Now the thing is, listen up. If they are coming at you with their tentacles outstretched and you miss the buster, if you press it too early or late, they will grab you and turn you to ice. And if you don't have any double trigger, you can't get out of it. So here we go. This should finish him off. Now we are at 11,000 plus. We need to get up to 20,000. So if you are doing this, if you do a couple of extra fights, there's no big deal. But I always struggle to get the 20,000 just by doing the boss fights. So anyway, now allow me to miss the max act about 1,000 times. Sorry about that. Grab a little devil trigger over here. Next up, we're going to be fighting... Echidna. I hate Echidna. Okay, now we need another 4. That will take us to the yellow square. Square! It's not a square, for God's sakes. Remember a long time ago in my Ghost Recon video I said I was learning shapes? Well, I haven't learned it yet. I'm in the process of learning shapes. This boss is just an utter tragedy when it's like this, because you can't stop for a moment without those tentacles coming up from the ground and ruining your day, and it's very difficult. I think that it's just kind of ridiculous and it's unfair, and I don't care for it. What I would almost prefer to do is do absolutely nothing. Just circle strafe her until she's done, so that I can focus on her when she's doing a move that I can actually get clear of. Yeah, she keeps doing this. Does she do that a lot to you? Because she does this like constantly to me. Okay, now she's going to be spraying some projectiles. I believe those can be parried, but I'm not going to try to do that right now. I'm trying to just survive over here. And this chapter, when you're doing the S-Rank run, is probably going to give you a little bit of a run for your money at first, but it's just excellent practice. And the thing is, the joy of this game. I've got to say, I hated all the bosses in this game. Like the first year I was playing this game, and the first 2 years. And I'm not saying now that I adore them or anything like that, but think of the shitty bosses on a game like Ninja Gaiden 2, which probably has, and it's probably true actually, it has the worst examples of bosses ever made in video games. But this game, on the other hand, has a very fair, not necessarily easy, but they're closer to easy than they are like in the center of like medium to hard. So anyway, you need a 5 or a 6 over here. So take your pick. Another thing, once you get teleported back into these game areas, do not click in the trigger to charge your sword, because you'll hit the dice on accident. So you need to wait until you're in the next zone to activate it, or as you're leaving the previous one, just hold down the trigger and keep it held. So here is Agnes, and we have already fought this guy, haven't we? A little bit. So we are trying to get up. Okay. So he does a lunge attack with his swords. He'll do a heavy lunge where he grunts, and then he does another follow-up one. You can iframe yourself through the second one if you like. When he's summoning his lackeys, just grab them and throw them back. Keep feeding him the charge shots, and Of course, when he goes into the middle of the room like that, you need to beware. And of course, when he gets low on health, he does a spinning move, which I'm going to say it right now without any hesitation. It is the hardest move in the game to evade, or what, or to not get hit by. And that's saying quite a lot, because those fucking Fausts, they do a ton of move. Here it is. This is just I think I got away on accident. What did I do? I did a roulette spin. I don't know. I really don't know, but that move, there's no other move in this game that's harder to take no damage on. Absolutely ridiculous. But do you see how close it's coming down to the wire over here? We need 20,000, and we may not even get it. And of course, I do get it because this is a successful run. But it doesn't. It does give you. I mean, I'm not gonna applaud my first couple of fights. I did do the first 2 bosses no damage, and I sustained my S rank, and I did fairly well. But I did more poorly on Echidna and on this boss. Just because that's how I am. I'm just not as good on these ones. So that goes to show you that the ones that you are good on, definitely take advantage of them at all costs. Now the Red Orbs, they were in the boss realm where Echidna was, so do not forget to pick up those orbs. And then in this laboratory, there should not be anything that has orbs in them, red orbs. I believe it's just health and devil trigger. So at the end over here, smash these statuaries here, and then we will be proceeding to the final boss, and it'll be excellent. So I hope that you two are doing well. I hope that this... let's just take a look here. 15 minutes and 38 seconds. It gave us 60 minutes, if you don't know. And our stylish points, we only got 519 more than we needed. So that's just a close call every time for me personally. But regardless, please take care.